That's really exciting news for the Yankees fans, and it's something that could potentially change the dynamic of the season moving forward. Giancarlo Stanton, a player who has been dealing with injury setbacks for quite some time, is reportedly making strides toward returning to the team. According to the latest updates, he worked out just this past Wednesday and again yesterday in Tampa, signaling that he might soon be back in action for New York. The plan as it stands is for Stanton to possibly remain in Tampa through the weekend and then begin a rehab assignment early next week. If everything unfolds as expected, it wouldn't be surprising to see Stanton making his season debut somewhere around mid-June, which is huge news given the impact he can have on this lineup. This timeline actually fits perfectly with reports we've heard over the past month or so, which indicated that Stanton was expected to return in June. So this is not just hopeful speculation, but a consistent narrative that suggests his return is truly imminent. Now, the big question for Yankees fans has to be, will you welcome Stanton back with open arms? For me, the answer is absolutely yes, no question about it. He's a guy who's not only incredibly talented on the field, but also a key leader in the clubhouse, someone who brings more to the team than just his bat or power. One of the stories that really stood out to me about Stanton's character and leadership is connected to Aaron Judge and a necklace he wears during every game. If you watch Judge closely, you'll notice this simple yet meaningful piece of jewelry hanging around his neck. It's not flashy or showy, which is interesting because Judge isn't typically the type to wear that kind of accessory. But this necklace was actually a gift from Giancarlo Stanton. And what makes it so special is that it has the names of Judge's wife, his dog, and the birth date of his daughter all engraved on it. That kind of thoughtful gesture really shows how close these two players are. And it's a testament to how much Stanton cares about the team's morale and chemistry. It's more than just baseball. It's about the bonds that hold the team together off the field. Now, when it comes to his actual performance, we all know Stanton hasn't been without his frustrations in recent years, especially with his health issues limiting his availability. Injuries have unfortunately kept him sidelined too often, and that's been tough for both Stanton and the Yankees. But last season, he showed flashes of what he's truly capable of. He put up a solid season with an OPS of .753, hitting 27 home runs and driving in 72 runs with a batting average around .233. Those numbers might not be MVP level, but for a guy coming off injuries, that's pretty impressive and shows he's still a major threat at the plate. And the postseason? That's where Stanton really made his mark. In 14 games, he slashed an average of .573 with a whopping 1.048 OPS, smashing 7 home runs and driving in 16 runs. His clutch hitting was a huge reason the Yankees made it all the way to the World Series. One at bat in particular in Game 1 stands out. If the Yankees had managed to shut down the Dodgers in the 9th inning of that game, they might have taken the win. Stanton's presence was a game changer, and his contributions helped carry the team when it mattered most. The impact Stanton has on this team goes beyond just the numbers, though. When he's in the lineup, the Yankees perform significantly better. Last year, with Stanton playing, the team went 71-43, which is a fantastic record. When he's out, the team slips below .500, showing just how important he is to their overall success. This season, the Yankees have been doing okay without him, but imagine how much stronger and more dangerous this lineup could be once Stanton returns. Looking at the last couple of games, the Yankees were shut out by Cleveland, and that's exactly the kind of scenario where Stanton's bat and presence could make all the difference. Sometimes just having a player of his caliber in the lineup can lift everyone else's game, boost confidence, and create more opportunities for runs. It's not just about what Stanton does individually, it's the ripple effect his presence has on the entire offense. Of course, his return isn't without challenges. Some players might lose playing time when Stanton is back, and the team will need to figure out how to juggle the lineup to keep everyone involved and productive. Guys like Ben Rice, Trent Grisham, and Jason Dominguez have all been contributing, and it's going to be a balancing act to give them opportunities while also reintegrating Stanton. There's talk about Ben Rice possibly learning third base to find more playing time, but that's not an easy transition. Positions like third base require a lot of skill and experience, and asking a player to pick that up quickly isn't always realistic or fair. Ben Rice is a powerful hitter and a important part of the lineup, but the idea of him immediately adjusting to third base seems a bit optimistic. He doesn't have the same athletic background as, say, Jazz Chisholm, who's one of the most talented athletes in baseball and has experience playing multiple infield and outfield positions. Chisholm played shortstop for much of his minor league career and even played second base before moving to center field. He's familiar with the infield, but Ben Rice doesn't share that same versatility or athleticism, so it might be a stretch to expect him to handle third base effectively right away. Speaking of pitching, Clarke Schmidt had a rough first inning in the last game against Cleveland, and a lot of fans were quick to criticize him, calling him trash and questioning his ability. But when you look at the bigger picture, Schmidt isn't expected to be the ace or even the number 2 starter. He's more of a 4 or 5 starter, and those roles come with their own challenges and expectations. You're going to see some runs given up, but you also need innings eaten, and Schmidt can do that. When he's on his game, he's a solid part of the rotation and could even develop into a dependable third starter for the Yankees. Max Scherzer has been fantastic this season overall, aside from a tough outing against the Dodgers, which is understandable because even the best pitchers have off days. Carlos Rodon has been nothing short of magnificent, with a few early hiccups but then really clicking into gear. His full beard might be some kind of good luck charm because he's pitching like a number 1 starter, which is huge for the Yankees. Having Rodon performing at that level takes a lot of pressure off the rest of the staff. Then there's Ryan Yarbrough, who might be flying under the radar for some fans but has actually been a solid piece in the rotation. The Yankees signed him for just $2 million, and he's turned out to be the 3rd best starter on the team behind Scherzer and Rodon. That's a great return on investment and gives the Yankees depth and reliability as they move through the season. Looking ahead, the rotation might shape up like this: Max Scherzer, Carlos Rodon, Ryan Yarbrough, Clarke Schmidt, and Will Warren, with Louis Gill slotting back in when he returns from injury. It's a strong lineup, and if Warren or Schmidt struggle, one of them can head to the bullpen, which is a solid fallback plan. Overall, the Yankees have a competitive rotation that can keep them in games consistently. So with Stanton coming back, the pitching holding strong, and some talented young players contributing, the Yankees are in a good spot, but they still need to find more consistent offense. Yesterday's shutout loss was a harsh reminder that scoring runs is essential. Hopefully Stanton's return will help ignite the lineup, provide some much-needed power, and create more opportunities for the offense to produce. It's clear that some of the frustration around certain players like Clarke Schmidt is a bit over the top. He's not the star ace, and expecting him to be isn't realistic. The Yankees have to be patient and understand each player's role, especially in a long season where depth and consistency matter just as much as star power. So let's take a breath, appreciate the positives, and get ready for Stanton to hopefully bring that spark back to the Yankees lineup very soon. Beyond Stanton's anticipated return and the pitching rotation's overall strength, the Yankees face some interesting strategic decisions that will shape their season's trajectory. Balancing playing time among key contributors will be crucial. Players like Ben Rice, Trent Grisham, and Jason Dominguez have all stepped up and shown promise, but integrating Stanton back into the lineup means some reshuffling. The challenge is to maximize offensive output while keeping young talents engaged and developing. Ben Rice's situation is particularly delicate. His power bat is a valuable asset, but his defensive limitations complicate things. Asking him to learn third base on the fly is a tall order. Third base is one of the most demanding defensive positions, requiring quick reflexes, strong arm strength, and the ability to handle hard-hit balls routinely. Without experience, Rice risks exposing himself and the team to defensive miscues. It's understandable why there's hesitation about shifting him there immediately. The Yankees will need to find a balance between preserving his offensive value and finding ways to cover the infield effectively. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Whispers are growing louder in the baseball world as news surfaces that Max Fried, the Atlanta Braves ace who recently signed with the New York Yankees, reportedly suffered an injury during a routine training session. While official details remain scarce, Insiders suggest this unexpected setback could potentially alter the Yankees' pitching plans for the upcoming season, sending ripples of concern through the fan base and analysts alike. The 31-year-old left-hander, known for his pinpoint control and competitive edge, was seen limping off the field after what appeared to be a minor incident during practice. Although the Yankees organization has yet to confirm the severity of the injury, sources close to the team hint that the medical staff is conducting thorough evaluations to determine whether Fried might miss any games as spring training progresses. If the injury proves serious, it could derail the Yankees' hopes of solidifying their rotation with the veteran starter, forcing the front office to reconsider its strategy. Rumors from inside the clubhouse imply that Fried has been pushing hard to prove his worth in the Bronx, aiming to meet high expectations after a stellar career with the Braves. This unforeseen mishap might be a blow not only to the player himself, but also to the team's chemistry, as the Yankees were banking on Fried's experience to anchor their pitching staff. Analysts speculate that the injury could open opportunities for younger pitchers to step up, but the uncertainty surrounding Fried's health remains a hot topic among insiders. Fans have taken to social media expressing both concern and hope that the injury is not serious, with many remembering Fried's resilience in past seasons when facing physical challenges. The Yankees, known for their deep roster and ability to adapt, might still find ways to navigate this hurdle, but the whispers suggest that the team's initial plans could be in flux. As the spring training days roll on, all eyes will be on Max, Fried's recovery process, and how the Yankees choose to manage their pitching assets moving forward. Will this injury be a minor bump in an otherwise promising season, or is it the beginning of a more complicated issue that could affect New York's championship ambitions? For now, the baseball community watches closely, waiting for confirmation and hoping for the best in what has quickly become one of the sport's most talked about rumors. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.